So this is the office, completely empty after about 3 years. If I put the camera like right maybe here, this is where my desk used to be. And this angle might look a little bit familiar to people who've been watching the channel for a minute, because this was the talking head shot for like every video that I filmed basically. Obviously, you know, I've been working for the Canadian Football League for like almost 3 years now, and like it's kind of been a dream job. Like it's the biggest sports league in Canada. Obviously, being in Canada, we have like 1 or 2 teams kicking around in most of the American leagues, and the NHL is a big thing. But as far as like leagues based in Canada, like the CFL is the biggest league we have. And I was their video producer, like filming football content, which is like a dream and like so cool, and you know, getting paid well for it, getting to see the country. Like it was an amazing job. But I just quit, and today we're going to talk about why I quit and why it's important to seek new opportunities for yourself, even if it means and kind of pushing your comfort zone and taking a situation that you were really enjoying, like this office that I used to have, and emptying it out to go somewhere else and start something new. Say bye. Say bye to the apartment. We're leaving. We're leaving. So one of the most important things that I think you have to do as a creative person is expose yourself to content that you're not typically creating. And I think I've talked about that a lot on this channel. We do this in the Sports Videographer Reacts series that we do on the channel, where we like literally look at other people's work and gain inspiration from it, and we do that regularly. But like even to do that outside of your own niche. So for me, that means as a sports producer, I'm looking at like music videos, TikTok trends, like day in the life vlogs, culinary videos, like what, you know, whatever tickles your fancy, just stuff that's different from what you're used to. And then drawing inspiration from it and bringing back to your niche and using it to make your videos better. But something I maybe haven't touched on as much is, rather than just consuming that content, actually going out and experiencing it. And when you're a beginner, I think that it's important to get a ton of experience doing everything to figure out what you like. But even when you're more experienced and you've been working for 6 years, like I have, you still want to go and get experience with, like, even if it's just within your niche, with like different things that you haven't quite been exposed to. So I've been working in a very, like, I guess, traditional American sports scene for the whole time being professional, like working for like a football league and a basketball league, and always at the league level, and always with sports that are like very mainstream popular. But I'm actually leaving Toronto, and I'm leaving, I guess, like your mainstream popular American sport. Not that this isn't a popular sport, because it's probably the most popular sport in Canada. But I'm finally, as a Canadian, I'm shocked this didn't happen earlier, going to be touching on some hockey. I'm going to work not at a league level, but at a team level for the Ottawa Charge of the PWHL, which is a newer league. Their first season was last year. Not only do I get to work with like a specific team and like build a certain brand with specific players whose stories I can really deep dive into, it also means that I'm moving from Toronto to Ottawa, and there's a lot to unpack there. But we're going to talk about it. At the very least, it means that my office is now gone, and editor Peter here, who's editing the video that you're currently watching, is doing it from his childhood bedroom. Bit of a transitional phase right now, but we'll get to Ottawa and we'll talk about it all. Yeah, so this is the setup now. I don't think this is going to be the permanent angle. I do have my camera mounted up top here, like I did previously, and I'm going to work on like getting the filming angles and stuff here down. And it might take a little bit of time to get all that stuff done. But we're moved. Like, moving is so stressful, and I wish I could have filmed more of it to kind of string this story together. But like, to take loading everything you own into a U-Haul and driving it down the highway, and then unpacking it all, and then throwing a camera into that mix, like it was just too much stress, and I didn't do it. Doing that process and taking on a new job, like we talked about, is all part of forcing yourself into new challenging situations, which I think is really important for like your personal growth, well beyond just like a professional career or making videos or any of that stuff. But especially for making videos, I think that you can force yourself into new challenges as well. And like with this new job, like there's a few challenges that I'm really excited for. I'm building a new YouTube channel for this team from zero. Every other place I've gone, they've already had established social channels, but here, like, we just launched the Ottawa Charge YouTube channel, and I'm very slowly preparing content for it and getting things ready to roll out and coming up with a content strategy for it, similar to how I like come up with content and strategize and plan for this channel. So to be able to do that for a personal voice, like my own self-named YouTube channel or something, but to take on a brand's identity and build that channel and like strategize for that is a different challenge that I'm excited for, and I kind of want to see how big I can get it over the course of the year. Like, that's a little bit of a professional challenge I'm taking on for myself, and you could see something like that as scary, but I see that challenge as exciting, or at least that's the vantage point I'm trying to convince myself to take. Obviously there's like the possibility of failure, there's also possibility that it's a massive success, and no matter what happens, like if I put forward my best effort and I like strategize and plan and do the work required to build a brand, then I'm going to learn something along the way and become a better video producer. And that's one of the things that like really prompted me to take this new challenge, I guess, and leave the job that I was so comfortable in to try something else in a different city. Now, growing up, my dad was a teacher, and I spent so much time with my dad as a kid, and it kind of gave me that knack for teaching, which is kind of why I started this YouTube channel, because I just wanted to be able to teach what I do and share with everybody else and like have us all get better together. But in addition to that kind of passion for teaching, like being around a teacher my whole life has also made me a really avid learner, and I feel like this new situation has a lot for me to learn as well, and a lot for us to learn together. And obviously focusing on a new sport means that at the surface level, the content that I make on this channel might change a little bit. Maybe we're going to do tutorials about different things that I'm experiencing and different productions that I would have had exposure to when I was working at a league level, which is what I've been doing for like the whole time this channel has been running. And maybe you're going to see a little bit less football or basketball and a little bit more hockey, because that's just what I'm doing day to day now. But it doesn't change the main value proposition of the channel. Like the value proposition of becoming better at filming and editing videos with a general focus on sports is going to stay the same throughout the channel. And hopefully, as I continue learning, I can share my experiences and what I'm learning, and then we can all learn together through the new challenge and the new job that I'm taking on here. Even if on the surface level things might look a little bit different, like maybe the thumbnail isn't what you're used to, or the title isn't a title that you've seen from my channel before. Now, all this probably means that I'm going to need a new intro for the channel, because I can't really say I'm a videographer and video editor from Toronto, Canada anymore when I'm based out of Ottawa pretty much full time, even though I'll be like up and down between Ottawa and Toronto quite a bit, I'm sure. And like some of the angles we film from might look a little bit different, at least for a little bit. Maybe the videos are going to look a little bit less polished while I set the office up, and I will do an office tour video when I manage to get all of this stuff done. But that's a little bit further down the line right now, and I've got a lot of other things that I'm focusing on. But even though things might look a little bit different and the videos might be a little bit sloppier aesthetically for a minute here, I hope that you're along for the ride with me and can be as excited for everything to come as I am. Yeah, weird video if this is your first one watching me, but subscribe if you somehow made it all the way to here and you haven't subscribed yet. I'm going to be taking you on the road. We're going to be doing tutorials on new effects, and I'll take you behind the scenes of different productions that I do as much as I possibly can. And yeah, I just appreciate you getting to the end of this very ranty, off the cuff video. And until the next one, have a good time, go out there, film something cool, and we'll talk later. Peace.